bodies, we won, we win. Yay! Thank you. You've gotten through this. Last lesson, masturbation does kill. And we're going to go through the list of what it kills. Masturbation kills normal body function. When somebody practices relieving themselves every single time they get sexually active, sexually aroused, it also means they are training their body to get relief every time they get sexually aroused. So if you masturbate every time you get sexually aroused, you're now training yourself to relieve that arousal. So that means if you have a college final on Tuesday and you wake up Tuesday morning sexually aroused, but you got to go to the final, you will be thinking about relieving yourself throughout that final. Eventually, you have to deal with it. See, if you don't deal with lust, deal with the issue directly, shut it off, it's going to be there. And you know, now he's trained. You can train your body, and the person they have now trained themselves for 8 years that whenever they get aroused, they're going to masturbate that day or do something. So now they got to do it. Same thing that man gets married to a wife. He's got to fulfill it even if she's not there anymore. Or she left. You know, she's on a 1-week trip. But he gets aroused on Tuesday. She left on Monday. She won't be back till next Wednesday. The Wednesday after the Wednesday. So by Thursday, he's got to go find someone to have sex with because he's got to do that. This means that when they're older, if they were a child, they could find themselves heading to the bar to fornicate or commit uncleanness just to alleviate that every single time. I know some people, I met somebody who was actually, God delivered them, but gave them a beautiful wife. They got out of it. But they would actually go to the bar when they were aroused, and it really didn't matter who they had sex with. And they would even have sex, you know, they'll go to a vehicle, and it's just there. Why? Because they've now trained themselves. It's killed regular body function. It's killing the normal function of the body. Because when your body does that, that does not mean it's time to have sex. That's silly. But when you train your body, it kills it's now you're messing with the body constantly. Because you're trying, now who's in charge? You or your body? Oh, I'm this, that, and the other. It's funny how atheistic humanism, at first it was mind over body, and then when it comes to sex, it's body over mind. And now, when the flesh runs everything, that's stupid. That's just like a kid who wants to drink soda all day long. There's nothing wrong with soda or drinks to have sugar in them. Sugary drinks are fine. Or pizza all the time. No, it's called restraint. But see, if the child's body is telling them what to get, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, cake tastes great. And hopefully someone will make cake that's full of vitamins. And then you can eat it, you know, and has no sugar in it. But in the end, you're not controlling yourself anyways. That's probably not a good idea. But so it kills normal body function. The little boy's body is trying to repair itself, so he can focus in school, but he's masturbating every single day. Girl masturbating every 4 days. You know, their body's trying to grow, but now, protein's got to go to refill that. Protein's got to go to fix this body. He's supposed to be resting, but he's engaging his entire body in it. I remember a Gospel Gangster's video where he said he was having so much sex he was losing weight. But see, it's cardio. You know, I mean, you can actually get into that. So, but of course, it will lead them. It'll kill the body function. You know, because they've now trained themselves to leave themselves every time, and that's not normal. Every time someone gets aroused does not mean it's time for you to leave yourself. Every single time, but people practice it. Childhood. It kills childhood. The little boy gets addicted. It's gone. Once your son's addicted, you need to get him delivered. But masturbation kills childhood. Now instead of him just enjoying life, liking baseball, playing video games, now he's stuck on porn sites because you thought it was funny, or the teacher, like our wicked evil teacher, that wicked evil administration at that school introduced the boys and the kids to sexual intercourse, and the man's talking about, you have any questions about masturbation? Well, we're like little kids. We didn't know anything about that. We didn't even have a discussion about it afterwards. Why? But because we weren't thinking about that, but he planted the seed. And I remember a kid who was actually, we were in Alabama, I knew a kid who was actually addicted to pornography, and he was in the 9th or 10th grade. It was really bad business. I remember, yeah. I'm not going to go any further because if I say too much, we'll probably figure out who it is. But I mean, this, you know, we were in the 9th or 10th grade, and the kid was addicted to pornography. He was in the same grade as us, and he was a little boy. He was addicted. His childhood's gone. Why? Because he's thinking about masturbation. You're on a family trip, and he can't wait to get alone so he can masturbate. It's killing. Masturbation is killing his childhood. It kills youth. The young teen boy falls deeply into pornography. Imagine a teen boy or girl, they can fall straight into pornography. It kills their youth. Why? Because now sex has become a major defining point of their life when they should be finding out with God what they need to do as a single person and what they need to do in their career. But sex is driving them, moving them. That's why a lot of kids date each other and become totally useless to society because their sex drive has now told them you need to get with somebody, settle down, and do nothing but make babies. That's marriages. Masturbation kills marriages because spouses fall into adultery. See, if you can control yourself, it's a lesson in abstinence. If you can control yourself before you get married, then you can control yourself after marriage. Because when that arousal comes, you're like, no, you don't, body. We're just going to finish work until my wife gets home from what's his name? Or my wife is on a 2-month trip. Well, I can handle it. And I'll control myself till my wife gets back. I love you, honey. If you see this video, since I haven't met you yet. But seriously, the issue is if you can control yourself, that's great, and you won't end up in adultery and fornication. But when you pleasure yourself every time you want to, ooh, there goes a girl, ooh, there goes a girl. What is that when you're working in the thing and then some smoking hot girl comes up who's pretty and she's 20 years younger than you, and she foolish and she wicked and she dressing up like she ain't supposed to, or she's not foolish and she's not wicked and she's dressing appropriately, but she's just a young, beautiful young lady. If you didn't practice controlling yourself, masturbation to help you kill your marriage. Because you'll start pursuing this girl, committing adultery in your heart, and if you obsess over something, you got to act it out. Sex lives. Masturbation kills sex lives. Kids and adults having sex with everything that moves. And they think that they need girlfriends and boyfriends to be complete. And, and some even equate, they end up do anything. And some people date to just gratify their perverted sex drive. So sex drive, kids and adults having sex with like I said, everything that moves. Now, their sex drive, masturbation has killed it because it says whenever you get aroused, you need to go have sex. Oh, Libby, I gotta study. The girl's like, no, I want you to be with me. I want you to have sex with me. Let's kiss and make out and stuff like that. And he's trying to study for his college final. But his girlfriend, she just let's have sex. Well, you don't love me, junk like that. It kills the sex life because the boys and kids, they're just having sex. They can't control themselves. So now, then you end up with children out of wedlock. You end up with people with sexually transmitted diseases. You end up with people who are emotionally unstable because they gave up sex to somebody. Sex is a spiritual, mental, and physical thing. And when a girl gives it up to somebody or a boy gives it up to a girl, hey, women are mean too. Go read the Bible. There's more mean women in the Bible than there are mean men. But both men and women have done evil things to people who have given themselves over. When you have sex with someone, you are giving yourself to that person, which is why you have no business having sex with someone outside of marriage. But imagine the masturbation, and the people said, whatever feels good, do it, man. And so now the kids are destroying their kills that, and they think they need girlfriends and boyfriends. Why do you think a lot of people are dating socially? They're looking for something. They're trying to gratify. Some of them are trying to gratify their sexual things. Some people are like, our Christians will get married just so we can make it legal. Why? Because the Bible says it's sin if you're not married. Well, if you get married based off that, you have a problem because you're doing it just so you can have sex, and you can't set a marriage off of sex. That's stupid. I mean, you can't have sex. The woman's having a problem at her work. You can't have sex with her. I mean, forgive me. The husband's having, the child is not passing school. What does a husband and wife can't go have sex to fix that problem? And then some people date just to gratify their sex drive. They got to be with someone because really they don't even realize that they're just trying to have sex. They want to date somebody so they can have sex with somebody. And it has nothing they say, I love you, but really I love what your body does for me. I love that I'm attracted to you. See, that's bad business. Minds, masturbation kills the mind. The college student filled with obsession and about the opposite sex and marries the first person who says yes. Think about that. He's obsessed. Masturbation's told him you need to gratify yourself and get with somebody. I've watched movies that by the end of the movie, they make it seem like if you're not with someone, you're not happy. But imagine this kid now, he's filled with obsession about the opposite sex because all he thinks about girls now because he's been looking at pornography and masturbating for the last 10 years. And so he marries the first person who says yes. Who cares if she's the right one? Who cares if she's going to help him in life? She could be a wicked devil or a man. Of course, it leads to possession. You can actually get possessed with an unclean spirit if you go too far into this. That's what people have trances and junk like that. It even leads to rape, physical abuse mixed into twisted sexual desire. God doesn't want you whipping your wife while you're having sex. That's sexual. That's stupid. Why would you do that? See, people who are inundated in sex will equate anything with sex. That's why they've gone to uncleanness. Where now they're, I don't even want to get into it. So not even want to put the idea in your head. But they're actually doing stuff where now it's no longer funny to just have sex with a girl. Now you got to do this, that, and the other. Now you're doing stuff. Now you're putting your mouth where you're not supposed to. She's putting her mouth where you're not supposed to. The penis is not designed for somebody's anus. The mouth is not designed for someone's penis. I mean, think about it. This is not a joke, people. But you just get off into anything. Twisted sexual desire. Now you got the boy and the girl trying to act like they're dogs. And then the boy's putting his mouth where he's not supposed to. The girl's putting her mouth not supposed to. He's sucking on her toes. It also leads to sexual abuse. A husband abusing his wife sexually, raping his wife. She don't want to have sex, but he's going to force her. Parents, pedophilia, sexual abuse. Why? The young lady, she graduated from college and she's been playing around with pornography and stuff. And now she sees a young, energetic boy that's stupid. And so she ends up having sex with him. Statutory rape. Let's continue. Emotions. Masturbation kills the emotions of those hurt by its results. It kills the emotions, pornographic addictions, diseases contracted by actual sex that came from years of fapping obsession. It's bad business. It kills people's emotions because he's not feeling good, and the little boy is now masturbated so much that now when he thinks about now his emotions are tied that he's not enjoying life. Whenever something goes wrong, he goes and masturbates. It's a drug to make him feel good because his dad yells at him or his mom acts like an idiot. And so he does that. And now his emotions are getting killed now because now he's going to masturbation to get something that he should be getting from God, getting that thing fixed. But even emotions, if somebody is destroyed, they're like, what if someone they're doing real well in school and they get hooked on a pornography and then they lose their scholarship opportunity to go to college? That will affect someone emotionally. People get diseases. That affects people emotionally. Masturbation can open up the door to diseases for having sex because you thought it was just fun and you were just practicing for your girlfriend. Masturbation kills spirits. Yes, we know any type of sin, lest when a sin brings forth death, it can actually lead to, possession of the devil. You can be unclean spirits, that's mentioned in the Bible. Possession, it can lead to that if you do sex unrestrained. Like we said, Corinth was actually, they used it in witchcraft, they used sex in their religion. It was part of their religion. It kills the spirits, creates lying, condemnation, depression. Now the kids tensed up. That affects their bodies too. But they're lying. They can't wait till mom and dad leave. They're on a family trip. The little boy can't wait till everyone goes to bed so he can masturbate. It brings condemnation because if you hear somebody say, I don't masturbate, I don't masturbate. If you hear that, someone will actually can fall into condemnation because they were taught by their parents or ignorant school teachers that it was all free. And then when they get saved and filled with the Holy Spirit, the devil tries to put condemnation on them. Well, that's something dirty. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, from what we discovered, masturbation is not something that's really going to help you in the long run. It creates no benefit whatsoever. Depression. Masturbation can create depression. The little boy, if he practices that high all the time and he tries to get that high, it can create depression because he's using it for something that, he's doing something to get a high that he's not supposed to be doing. Dad might be an idiot. Mom might be treating him bad. So he goes to masturbation to get out of, feeling bad. And so just like any drug use will create depression because he's using sex for something he's not supposed to overcome feeling bad, but it doesn't help, and that's how people fall into depression. Just like they use alcohol, they use drugs or whatever. They're using it to get out of feeling bad, and in the long run, it creates the exact opposite of what they're wanting to achieve. And of course it can fall into depression because it can destroy the kid's life. It can destroy, he got wrapped up in masturbation, and now he lost his scholarship to college, and now he's depressed. He lost his scholarship, got his girlfriend pregnant or non-girlfriend, hit and miss, and then it's like, now he's got to be paying for child support till the kid's 18. Now he's got to be, he's got to work in a menial job instead of getting the degree and becoming a doctor like he wanted to. Masturbation kills. It kills. This is stuff that even natural wicked people can tell you. Masturbation kills motivation, energy, concentration, self-control. We already know it kills motivation because the body has to repair itself. Someone who gets off a 2-hour football practice is not going to be able to just sit there and go in and take a geometry test, because it affected the football practice, affected them physically, and the body has to repair itself. Masturbation kills. Fapping kills motivation because of energy and stuff. It's plus, since it's a spiritual thing and a mental and a physical thing, it's the real whole body. That's why a lot of people just go to sleep, husband and wives. A lot of people, they tend to go to sleep after having sex because it affects it utilizes all the human body, which is why it's so serious. And so a little boy doing that affects his motivation. It affects his energy. His body's trying to repair itself because he just masturbated. Now he's got to go to school all day. So his body's got to prepare itself while he's trying to engage in physical activity and paying attention to school, because the brain uses energy too. It affects concentration. The boy is now affected. The arousal showed up in the morning. He's supposed to take a test. He's thinking about appeasing his sexual desire all day long. He can't concentrate. He can't concentrate when he's talking to a girl. Why? Because he's trained himself, had those ugly pictures that mess up on his wall or whatever of naked girls, and it's like, boom, he can't concentrate. He's supposed to be doing what he's supposed to do. Boy can't concentrate. And so girl can't concentrate. All she can think about is getting with somebody. She's listening to the wrong music. Man, she's been masturbating, and now, she cannot concentrate. Masturbation kills self-control. That's why marriages are destroyed. That's why little boys and girls can't think properly, because masturbation is pure self-gratification. So when they practice to gratify themselves when they get into a relationship, all they want to do is have sex, or it's all about them. The whole relationship is about them. They don't even know the girl's middle name, but they just want to get with her and have sex with her, and it kills self-control. Man can't keep himself for 4 months when his wife goes on a trip. That's what not masturbating creates: abstinence, and helps you control yourself. But masturbating every time you get it, you're still under control. Even if you masturbate every other day or every 3 days, you actually are not in control of that thing. Stop it and see what happens. Then you'll know. Just like people say, I can stop marijuana anytime I want to. See what happens if you try to stop it. Then you'll find out who's really in control. And that's why those people who say, oh, I saw the benefits of not masturbating, but I still do it. Well, you're not in control of your body if you can't stop it cold and not go to it. See, that's how people don't like that part, because if it keeps coming to you and bothering you, then that means you have a problem. If it's there in front of you every morning, masturbation, then you have a problem. It got created. So it kills self-control. And of course, it kills financial dreams. You never thought about that, but it wastes money. How much does a divorce cost? Because the man was a kid, masturbated like crazy, and of course now he's, married, can't control himself. Wife goes on a trip, boom. He's working at an office, and a pretty young lady who's dressed appropriately or inappropriately. She could be a beautiful young lady, believe in God. And then, he just... because he'd go, oh, I want to have sex. Oh, I want to have sex because I taught myself whenever then after a while, but then how much does a divorce cost? After a while they have sex and it destroys his life. Divorce. Now he's paying alimony. Your kids, how much does it cost to you? How much does it cost to your kids? The marriage is destroyed. The children are out of wedlock. Or the children now have to deal with mommy don't love father anymore because father is doing stuff. Same thing with women. Woman's out there having sex with everything, and the little kids are mad at mommy. So Masturbation kills. We have not run across a single positive thing in these 2 pages, 6 discussion of what masturbation will help you do. It's totally selfish, has nothing to do with anybody but you, breeds self-interest, distorts reality. It's literally half of what God intended sex to be. Because instead of you pleasuring your wife, you're just pleasuring yourself. It's all about you, leads to all sorts of sexual immorality. It causes all sorts of problems. There's more cons and 0 pros to masturbation that we know, because the body will naturally take care of itself. And if you practice controlling your body, then your body will get over that. People keep talking about the energy they have when they don't do it. When that happens, it's time for them to go achieve something. That's what it's for. And that's why a lot of men and women are tired, because it's just wrapped up in masturbation, wrapped up in sexual morality, and it doesn't help you. So thanks for joining me. Yay, you got through it. I love you. Live Ruby.